All right, people, so good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. And, as we get started this morning, good morning to all of our regional viewers, everybody watching us internationally. Those of you on social media, good morning to you. And we do hope that everybody's having a terrific day. And don't forget that today is Thursday. As I said yesterday, we have a representative from Elder Associates. They're going to join us this morning. Mental health in the workplace. It is World Mental Health Day tomorrow, so it's good to have them on so that they can talk a little bit on it and give us some information. Also, we got Dr. Watson coming up right after that. We have Dr. Watson, but in this first hour, we'll deal with David Lee, all right, because that seems to be the hot topic, and it should be, given what has taken place. I read the articles on it. I read, at least I could only go by what I've seen in the news, I cannot go beyond that. I have to deal with the information that is in the news as it relates to this matter with David Lee. But we're going to talk about that because we started to take some calls yesterday, and we're going to take some calls this morning again because I have a few questions here that I want to ask. All right? Now, before we do that, we get to the front page of the paper this morning, and Coast Guard Captain takes over as Defense Force Chief. And that is Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Christine Kangaloo presents a token of appreciation to Commanding Officer of the Coast Guard, Captain Don Polo, during a ceremony celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Coast Guard. On August 28th, Polo has been appointed the Chief of Defense Staff. All right? So there is a military shakeup. And I think that it's long overdue. We've had too many things go missing from the military and end up wherever it end up, like this 28,000 rounds of ammunition and other things that have occurred. All right, so maybe there is need for a shake-up within the military. $1 million bail for Lee, 600,000 K for Leong Poi. Faris is asking, is the ACIB reporting to the AG? I'm confused. A little confused. Why he would be asking that? Because the reason why I'm confused is that wasn't the ACIB unit under the AG office before? And it was moved from there, right? And now it's been returned to the AG's office. So the AG's office is not a strange place for that unit to reside. As far as I recall, it was there before. So I think they're just returning it to that office. I think Gary Griffith put out a release on that, He put out a statement on that, on the ACIB returning to the AG's office and what that could mean. Anyway, so Coast Guard, let me see, overnight the leadership of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force changed hands after government advised the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Christine Kangaloo, to appoint Commanding Officer of the Coast Guard, Captain Don Polo, to take charge. And his predecessor, Air Vice Marshal Daryl Daniel, whose contract would have officially ended in March of 2026, was sent packing. This development takes place during the state of emergency and amidst military tensions between U.S. forces and our closest neighbor, Venezuela. And the article is on page 3. Housing Minister posts $1 million bail, $600,000 bail for Leong Poi. So Housing Minister and Caroni Central MP David Lee posted his $1 million bail by the High Court on charges of conspiring to defraud the state of $1.4 million in motor vehicle taxes and a separate charge of misbehavior in public office. Lee and firearms dealer Hugh Leong Poi were rearrested by police on October 7, months after a magistrate dismissed fraud charges against them involving alleged abuse of a tax exemption for parliamentarians on a luxury vehicle. Now, Master Lisa Singh Philip granted bail on October 8th, approving $1 million with surety for Lee and $600,000 for Leong Poi. whose named surety was approved by the court. Neither man appeared at the hearing as both were still hospitalized at the time. Lee did not respond to questions sent to him. On October the 8th, Newsday confirmed both men posted bail after it was granted by the master. Assistant DPP Daniel Thompson did not object to bail, but only asked that the state be informed of any travel plans. She also did not object to Senior Counsel Pamela Elder's request for a lesser bail amount for Leong Poi. He had been granted $800,000 bail at the magistrate's court, which Elder said was extremely high, while Lee was on $1 million bail. Now, I believe Pamela Elder is representing Leong Poi. Now, a media release from the police confirmed that judicial warrants or judge's warrants were executed on October the 7th against both men, following instructions from DPP Roger Gaspard SC. Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara received the warrants around 12:15 p.m. Lee surrendered to police just before 3 p.m. at the Police Administration Building in Port of Spain, where the warrant was executed. Leong Poi was arrested at his home in South Trinidad. The DPP's application for the judge's warrant was made under Section 23(5) of the Indictable Offences Preliminary Inquiry Act, which allows the prosecution to seek reinstatement of a dismissed matter after judicial review. The alleged offenses occurred between March 2024 and June 8, 2019. Lee is accused of falsely claiming a vehicle was his to obtain tax exemptions available to MPs. The taxes in question include $293,000 in value-added tax and $298,650 in motor vehicle tax and $824,548.62 in customs duty. Under employment terms, MPs may receive tax exemptions for vehicles but must pay the taxes if they sell them within 2 years. Now, both men are expected to appear in court after the DPP files an indictment, which Thompson said could happen by next week. The court also ordered that the defense be notified of the filing 24 hours before it is filed. Elder raised concerns about the judge's warrant, which also cites a misbehavior charge for which her client was never accused and could not be since he is not a public officer. That would be Leong Poi, right? So, that's the first faux pas there, is that you're charging Leong Poi for misbehavior in public office. Or misbehavior, as Pamela Elder put it here. So they put him on a misbehavior charge which does not apply to him because he is not a public officer. So how that charge gets in there, I don't know. Anyway, on Tuesday night, Elder said the warrant was seriously flawed and questioned the speed at which the judge issued the warrant. Given the voluminous file, questioning if it was a rubber stamping. Now, this is coming from Pamela Elder. Okay? She said the case was fully ventilated before the acting chief magistrate, and the evidence against her client was entirely circumstantial. In response, Thompson confirmed Leong Poi was only charged with conspiracy. She said it could be that the DPP's office would have to write to the court on the wording of the warrant. Justice Hayden St. Clair Douglas signed the warrant on October the 6th, and on April 7th, acting Chief Magistrate Christine Charles upheld a no-case submission by defense attorneys, discharging both men of conspiracy to defraud the state of a total of $1.4 million in taxes related to the importation of a Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG valued at more than $2 million. Prosecutors alleged that Lee falsely claimed the SUV was his to access parliamentary tax exemptions, depriving the Treasury of hundreds of thousands in taxes and duties. Leong Poi, a firearms dealer and proprietor of Sport Outlet Limited, was accused of conspiring with Lee. That is the full article. I read the full article because we're coming back to this. All right? Nice. Gonzalez is calling for Lee's firing, saying the UNC tornado is damaging TNT. I like that, the UNC tornado. PM says there is no link between Lee's arrest and reduced remit. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar flatly denied any link between the reduction of the portfolio under Housing Minister David Lee mere days before his arrest by the police on October the 7th. Oh, yeah, that's the, well, they call it a reshuffle. It was not a reshuffle. I think what she did is they just reassigned certain portfolios or added some to some people, took away some from other people. But I think she didn't do that on the wave of a wand. She had put it out like weeks in advance, calling on them to state, to come forward and say, look, what part of their portfolios they can handle and whatever they can handle. And I guess they came forward and things were organized accordingly. In what was put in a headline as a reshuffle, which really wasn't a reshuffle because nobody was really moved from anywhere. It's just portfolios were moved around. PNM Senator says units relocation worrying. Faris, is the ACIB reported to AG? Didn't a High Court judge advise that, I'm just asking a question here. I think I could recall this, did a High Court judge not ask that Faris be investigated as relates to the CPAP matter? I'm just asking. I think I read that somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if any investigation had started here. Because that's $1.4 billion in CPAP contract. Anyway, help for West Moorings after tornado. A Chaguanas man, age 50, has been gunned down in a van. Darren Mohabdali, a manager of a construction company, was shot and killed in his van near his home at Mohabdali Street off Joyce Road in Chaguanas around 10:15 p.m. on October the 7th. He was returning home from work in the Freeport district. Two in court over $29 million ganja bust. Senator Beg relives trauma as Point Fortin backs stand your ground law. Government Senator Brian Beg, well, also Breaking Dawn's legal advisor, showed his vulnerability on October the 7th as he openly relived his own encounter with home invaders, an ordeal he said has scarred him for life, as well as the brutal murder of his aunt. Yeah, Big went through it, boy. I ain't lying there, Brian went through it. Plenty of them mightn't know that, but Brian's home was invaded. At the time, he was residing in St. Joseph. And then his aunt was murdered, I believe, in a home invasion. And, well, a little while after that, he lost his mom. So, I mean, he went through it, man. And for him to be standing and I'm glad for him. I'm glad he got his senatorship and, and I'm really, really glad for him. I'm a boy. When I tell you I'm a boy, I'm a boy. I'm a lawyer. But that's my boy too. I ain't hiding nothing from all you. And all you know, Brian has been on the program as a legal advisor for Breaking Dawn. He's spoken on matters relating to legal affairs and that kind of thing. But that's my boy. I'm a boy. I'm a boy. Real nice fella. When I tell you, down to earth, real cool. You know what I mean? You approachable. And he willing to help. He has been willing to help people. You understand what I'm saying? And he really went through it. He went through a little period there that was really, really tough on him. So, Brian, the article is in the paper here this morning. I mean, people could read the article. They could see what you went through. The amount of things that you had to go through there as it relates to this home invasion. I remember he called me and he told me about that, when they ran in, when bandits broke into, when a guy came into his house, broke into his house. At the time, I think he was married. And, you know, he was worried about, you know, he was saying, you know, my mother, my wife, you know, it is a serious thing. New board elected to First Citizens Group. One of the most ridiculous headlines you'll read this morning is from Vishnu Danpal. Danpal called a press conference to ask the government to explain a $600 million decline in U.S. reserves. Yeah. Somehow or the other that happened over the last 5 months and not over the last 10 years. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, good God of mercy. Oh, I don't know. I think they just forget that they run the country for 10 years, 5 months ago. Not even 6 months ago, but 5 months ago. Because we're in the 6th month. Right? April, May, June, July, August, September. And we're in October. Right? And today's the 9th of October. So October now starts. So we're now going to, and budget is Monday. All right. Anyway, before we go to the break, I tell you, Trinidad sweet, you know. Trinidad sweet and the politics sweet. Let me see this. Let me get rid of this. Nice. All right. Let me just give you a little information here before we go to the break. Very simple, Keolic. I want to remind you about the Keolic range of products. It's backed by science, and they got over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. We have the Keolic Cleanse and Digestion, the Keolic Blood Pressure Health, also the Keolic Cholesterol Health, the Keolic Total Heart Health, and the Keolic Circulation Health. And they are all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all include the aged garlic extract formulation. The Keo Green Powder Drink Mix is also available, as well as Keodophilus Probiotics. So, you can get the Keolic range of products at any pharmacy or health store across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. And I want to take this opportunity as well to remind you about Safety Rigging and Lifting Services Limited, because they have over 2 decades in experience in rigging and lifting operations in the construction, oil and gas industry. Services are available for offshore and land process gas maintenance of projects, shutdowns, turnarounds, etc. Some of their specialized services include lifting and rigging awareness training, aligning and contracting companies to client-specific requirements, supervision and coverage during planned projects and TARs, auditing, visual inspections, documentation review, policy review and development, site visits, both on land and offshore, rigging loft management, as well as risk assessment for lifting operations. They offer expert guidance and support ensuring safety, efficiency, and compliance with industry standards, regulations, and legislation. So their services are not limited to Trinidad and Tobago. They could also provide these services throughout the Caribbean and the South American region. And for more information, feel free to contact them at 868-774-1498 or visit the website safetyriggingandliftingconsultancy.com. All right? So make sure and check them out. And with that, we're going to take the first break. When we come back from the break, we will dive straight into it. We'll open the phone line, take as many calls as possible, get some feedback. I will sum up the whole David Lee matter in very quickly because it's a very quick matter to sum up, and we'll get your thoughts on it. All right? So stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
On Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence, Massive Tank Sound Company brings to you a night of Bollywood magic, featuring the Big B of Gujarat, Bankim Pathak, Daksha Goyal, Indian Idol star Shivanji Sharma, Nitin Kumar, lady. Get those general tickets $200, VIP $500. For VVIP, call 498-1698. Ticket outlets, all Extra Foods nationwide. Prem Singh's Kirap and Shagwanas, MS Food City Debe. Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence. A night of Bollywood magic.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the Breaking Dawn Christmas party is here, people. Saturday, December the 13th, Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Get your tickets now. This is a premium drinks inclusive. You can get your tickets at the following outlets. All Sports and Games. Sports and Games in Grand Bazaar, Tuna Puna, Trin City Mall, Price Plaza, Long Circular Mall, Gulf City Mall, and West Mall. That's 7 locations. You can also get tickets at Raj Bar in St. Augustine, or you could get your tickets online. For those of you in Tobago, go online at trinbagoevents.com and purchase your tickets. Get your tickets early. We have live entertainment. Like I said, premium drinks inclusive, food on sale, and it is Winter Wonderland this year. So the dress code is wear white. I will see you at the Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary on Saturday, 13th of December for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. And remember, part proceeds go to children with cerebral palsy.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
All right, people, so we are back. Yes, we are. All right. So, of course, David Lee's rearrest has been the topic, and it's been in the news, amongst other things that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I just want to make sure that I understand this clearly. All right? Because we know the DPP has dropped the ball on several occasions. All right? So it is my understanding, having read everything, and maybe when we open the phone lines, you all could explain to me. But it is my understanding, okay, that David Lee, all right, David Lee, this matter came up, right, and it was dismissed. This the short version. So the matter came up. David Lee cooperated with the authorities. He said, look, me, I have nothing to hide. He gave up himself. Long Poi gave up himself. The evidence was gathered. It was the assistant, I think it wasn't the chief magistrate, but was it what was it? What was the title? I was in the paper this morning, I just read it, but I tell you, I get old, I had to be getting old, All right? But anyhow, a magistrate in April of this year dismissed the charges against Lee and Leong Poi after going through a thorough evidential review. Okay? And there was no case to answer to. This is what happened. There was no case to answer to. You could put up the bail headline for me. So there was no case to answer to as the magistrate, that's what the magistrate found. Okay? And the decision was clear, it was decisive, and it was delivered within the framework of the law. All right. Few months later now, so of course, when Lee was cleared of this, and the matter was dismissed, it gave him the opportunity to contest the election, which he eventually won his seat, and then he was appointed the Minister of Housing. Okay? So we know that did happen. So a few months later now, after being appointed the Minister of Housing, the issuance of these new warrants under Section 23(5) of the Indictable Offensive Preliminary Inquiry Act has come up. Now, from my understanding, in reading the article this morning, in reading the article yesterday, because at first I thought, when I heard he was rearrested, is that there was some new evidence. But at no point in time have I heard or seen or read anywhere that this has occurred based on some sort of new evidence coming to the fore. Right? So the DPP did have the option, he has the option, right, of review, which he did, right? And upon review, decided, look, yeah, we could pursue this matter. It have a case here. All right? And this is why the warrants were issued and so on and so forth. The process, according to Pamela Elder, seemed a bit rushed, right? Because of the wording in the warrant and things like that. So it seemed a little rushed, but she's the lawyer for Leong Poi, all right? And of course, she has to defend her client. But am I to get this clear? That David Lee has been rearrested, charged for the same matter based on the same evidence that was reviewed and dismissed by a magistrate in April. Do I have that correct? All right? Do I have that correct? That he was rearrested based on no new evidence coming to the fore, but was rearrested based on a review of the evidence that was already there, where the magistrate said there is no case to answer to. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how the DPP approaches this, based on at least what I would have to go by, a lack of new evidence. Now, here's the thing, if you're reading this article proper, if you listen carefully to what I just read. So these fellas in the hospital, right? I would imagine that if the DPP fails, right? David Lee's going to get some money from the state. Leong Poi is going to get some money from the state because now they have a harassment case. Right? I mean, they would put it forward like that this was harassment because this thing was reviewed, no case to answer to, and only come and rearrest me, put me through all kind of trauma again. I end up in the hospital. So I'm saying to the DPP, you better have some kind of ace in the hole, because otherwise that the state will pay. Because it don't come out their pocket, remember that, it has come out the taxpayer pocket. But we'll go to the phone lines and take some calls. And, you know, somebody raised a question to me, let me see. Let me see. And then the next thing too, I mean, I'm trying to figure out how this matter, I mean, it's the purchase of a vehicle, right? So somebody's name has to be on the certified copy. Yeah? I mean, anyway, morning. I'm just interested
Morning,
to
Stefan.
see where the DPP is going to go with this. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. We're in a serious situation right now because this is seriousness. This is no little children play. And I've been disturbed about the situation. You understand? Now, this allegation and this thing is just a personal business, and it fall in a position that the DPP have to take control about it. But my question is, Stefan, is he the only one for the last 50, 60 years that allegations have been made and nobody ever investigated where government is concerned? I mean, UNC government, the PNM government, we're making big allegations and nobody investigating it, and they're falling serious by the millions. Nobody investigated. But why it is they have a hand, the DPP have a hand to be pulling things on underneath the carpet and erasing it with no kind of thing. This man was free, you know, and come back there again. That could be plenty trouble that I might have to pay my little tax. They have to take tax from me to pay back for the people. And I know that's going to happen, you know. You understand me? But that is right, victimization some way is taking place right now with that case. Have a nice day.
All right, no problem. And then two, does it not raise the question? I mean, we have spoken about these tax exemptions. I mean, I have spoken about these tax exemptions on several occasions in the past. I don't think that politicians should be entitled to that level of tax exemptions. But anyway, let me take the call. Morning. I hear everybody talking about it from that angle, the tax exemption angle.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you see, we have to come to a point where we could grow up. Be playing tit for tat. Okay? Now, if it was politically motivated, let's say, yes, it was politically motivated, right? And it is a breach of the law. What should happen? Should the charges be dropped because it was politically motivated?
If he's in
it was
breach of
vindictive?
no, if he's in breach of the law, then he's in breach of the law and he stands the consequences of breaching the law. No problem with
Okay.
that. My question is, I thought initially when they rearrested him that there was some new evidence that came to the fore, and the DPP say, "Hey, we have a case here now." I did not, but from what I'm reading,
we have to wait.
Yeah.
We have to wait now to see when it is ventilated in the courts, if there is new evidence. And if there is no new evidence, wouldn't somebody have to bell the cat as the term would be, because they put the man through this thing a second time with no new evidence for no reason at all.
Well, that's why I worry
So
about
therefore, it will fall to the DPP and to the police, who have to now go to the court to answer why they do this, and they have and the man vindicted, and he gets vindicated now a second time. So if you win this case this time now, what then? And he now could turn around and bring people before the court
Even understood the state.
malicious.
For malicious prosecution.
So where we going now? We are afraid now. What is it we saying? That we don't want the taxpayers to pay that bill? And if it is now that they really defraud the state of the collection of taxes, isn't that taxpayers too?
Yeah.
It have to go to the court and it have to be ventilated. And we have to stop talking about tit for tat and this one do this one and why the evidence, right? We bring the evidence and they bring it to the DPP and the DPP say, yes, this is sufficient, and we go to court with it. That's how it works.
All right, no problem.
We need to grow up. We need to grow up.
All right, cool, man. Yeah, I'm not playing tit for tat. I'm saying that having read the two articles that have come out on this, I have not seen anywhere where the DPP is saying, based on some new evidence that has surfaced, he thinks he has a case now. It's based on the same evidence that was there the first time. So how did the magistrate the first time say it had no case to answer to? On that evidence, the same evidence that the DPP reviewed. Morning.
Yeah, morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
I want to say, I don't know, the public might not appreciate how dangerous this circumstance is unless you understand three things. In the court, a magistrate or judge could stay prosecution. That is to say, they could temporarily or permanently stop the prosecution against somebody for various reasons, but it could be lifted, right? Is a stay.
Right.
They could discharge a matter, meaning that they find the person behave badly, but they don't necessarily want to punish them. So it's basically a conviction without punishment. But to dismiss a matter means that a magistrate or judge completely brought the matter to an end, right, for various reasons. And to say that the DPP just have this, wild power to bring back a matter to the court, even though it was dismissed, is a serious thing. We need to put a check, or we need to make the DPP very accountable for doing that, or put some check on this kind of thing, because it could be any one of us who, subjected to that kind of power from the Director of Public Prosecution. We need to understand why it was done, basically. Listen off it.
All right, thanks a lot. And I think people don't understand that. You see what the caller just mentioned there? That is the whole thing. The matter was dismissed by a magistrate. And having been dismissed, the magistrate said there was no case to answer to. So I don't know what you could have seen or come up with in a review. Now, the DPP has the power, because it's an indictable offense, he has the power of review. But I'm saying, how does a chief magistrate, you see, I'm questioning all the little, this has nothing to do with David Lee per se. This is just the whole process and the whole system and how it works. How is a matter dismissed and then the same evidence is reviewed and the DPP is saying that I see something that the chief magistrate didn't see? Anyway, morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
It has to be something very, very substantial.
That's really happens we had a laugh, In the first instance, he was charged for fraud.
Right.
And the magistrate in the DPP mind didn't know nothing about the law. So he dismissed the case. Mm-hmm. So he decided to have a review and decided, no, you could charge for misbehavior now in public office. But in law, if you disagree with a ruling of a judge or anybody, you could now appeal the matter all the way to the Privy Council.
Correct.
But that didn't happen. So the matter was dismissed, and now you're going to review it now and charge him now for misbehavior in public office.
Yeah, but
hoping that will stick.
Caller,
yeah.
If the matter was dismissed for the fraud charges, and the magistrate said, look, it had no case to answer to here, based on all the evidence that they reviewed, how could you charge now for misbehavior in public office? Because for me to misbehave, I had to do something wrong.
Correct. So now, in my view, that is incompetence on behalf of the DPP. He should have known he could have added that to the charges. But he didn't do that. So he come back now to do the same thing now. And now the political side now want them now to send David Lee out until the matter is clear. Jack, will take about 10 years before the matter even clear there. It ain't totally clear yet. So that means you want to mash up the government now and using the DPP now to do that. So the DPP now, in my view, has to be removed. He's becoming now senile, he's becoming incompetent.
But the DPP
he doesn't know what he's doing.
You can't remove a DPP. He have a term that he has to serve.
Well, there are many ways to do things. There are many ways. You will find out in law, is John Jeremy we're talking about. But anyway, so if now we win this matter now with misbehavior in public office, we're going to charge him with now failing to declare his relationship with the gentleman who he get the money borrowed from. So
I am stumped.
There's a lot of idiocy going on in this thing. And people putting in politics and this and that and trial XYZ. It is based on the law and common sense. And if it is that it's not working out right, then this is a political ploy to dismantle, because now they could charge Kamla Prasad now for misbehavior in public office and she had to step down now. So there are lots of things happening. This is what they try to do Trump in America. And then now they're going through another one and send everything before the court now to mash up the government. And this is the same thing they're trying out here. I wonder what Penelope Beckles went to the USA to find out how to go about this procedure.
Well,
come on, time for you to wake up, man.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But honestly,
one more.
I wouldn't go that far.
One more issue. In the little disaster with the little tornado we had out there.
Yeah.
I saw the minister and the man for Philip Alexander out there go to do their job as the minister for that. And I saw Hans Devines come out together with the corporation to come out to also assist the people along there. I like that competition because the people benefiting all the way. Let me have that all the time. Like any disaster, that everybody come out and do what they can now to help people across the board. So trying to be going to move forward. I'm happy with that.
All right, cool, man.
Let that be a precedent and everybody comes and do what they do. Have a good day, man.
All right, man, no problem. Yeah, it was good to see that everybody came out and, with the tornado thing now. And I hope, the same applies to other areas in the country and things like that, Morning.
Good morning, Stefan. I'm watching you on Facebook. So you all still talking about the David Lee fiasco?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to say with regard to him, they recharged him again for the same thing. I often wonder why it is they get these big tax exemptions and they are allowed to buy how many cars, you know, and you who working for whatever salary, you have to pay taxes when you buy a car. And they working for plenty more money than you, and they being exempted. I don't understand why they can't pay the taxes on the car.
But let me ask you something. Have you
Oh.
priced a vehicle up the islands? You ever been up the islands and checked the price of a vehicle?
No.
It's way cheaper
No,
than Trinidad.
no, not up,
Way cheaper.
not up the islands, no.
It is
Yeah,
way
and why
cheaper.
are they allowed so many exemptions for so many cars during their time? I don't understand that. If
Yeah, I think
give
you could-
them, if you're giving them anything, give them one.
Yeah, I think you could get you get in like I mean, I stand to be corrected. I'm not too sure if I remember the figure correctly, but I think it's around 60,000 or 70,000 EC, and you could get a Kia Sportage. If you price a Kia Sportage here, you looking at nearly about 300,000 TT dollars.
Imagine that.
Up the
But-
island,
but
vehicles are very cheap.
if you
It's
get
cheaper.
exempted, Stefan, you
Yeah.
get exempted for one vehicle. You know, every 2 years you could purchase a vehicle. That's madness.
Yeah,
But anyway, what do you want with all them vehicles? And when you're going to do government work, you're not using those vehicles, eh? You're using the government vehicles when you're going to do
That's
whatever
personal
they want to
vehicles. That's
walk
personal
about,
vehicles that they have
whatever
the
they
opportunity
do.
to buy. I've always had a problem with that.
Yeah, but something else. Do you think okay, they recharged him. Do you think this is opening the door to go back now and charge the let's say for instance Dr. Rowley with all those other things that were brought up while he was prime minister? Do you think they're gonna go back
I don't know.
before statutes of limitations expire? Do you think they're going to go back
can't answer that.
and charge, not recharge it, charge, because he was never charged for anything?
Okay. All right.
You understand?
say,
You
but
understand
I
where I'm going?
understand
I
the- I
just,
understand the question,
it,
but I
it
can't
is so
say.
confusing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
And you see, there's the thing. It's what the you're setting a precedent here. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying at the start of this. I said to the DPP, I hope you're on the ball and you have a solid case, because if you don't and you fail, the taxpayer will pay dearly. All right. Morning. Yeah, what's up?
Today, including yourself, everybody would have had a good understanding of what is happening. You know, basically, right? The matter started in what we call the magistrate court under the acting chief magistrate, right? And she upheld a no case submission. Now, the technicality, now a man cannot be charged for the same offense twice, right? But the technicality is a new charge was brought for misbehavior. So if initially you were not charged for that, this seems like vexation to me. You understand? And
That's what I'm saying.
I believe how this all came about. I may have read it somewhere where allegedly David Lee bought the car, right? Or if someone else bought the car. And you think they do not know the stipulations under this 2-year limitation to sell it before? You think they didn't know? I think, you know, Gaspard is searching for something that really is not there. And as I said to you, because it's at a magistrate court, there was a no case submission upheld before it goes to the High Court where fraud charges, as you rightly said, indictable matters. So I think we're heading to Dr. Lee, and I think the PM said that she's not going to dismiss him or put him on suspension or whatever. I think we're heading to paying off some hefty fines.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Thanks, yeah.
And the reason why I raised it this morning, to the caller that said, I'll take a couple calls again. To the caller that said that the tax exemptions is taxpayers' money too. Yeah. Now, it's one thing for a man to commit a crime of defrauding the government or the state out of those taxes, right? It's another thing, what I'm saying is, it's another thing when the DPP drops the ball. In terms of, you have a matter the matter was dismissed, I come and I refile the matter and rearrest the people, and then I fail again, and now I cause the state. Right? If I go down and rearrest somebody, bet your bottom dollar, I had to have it signed, sealed, and delivered like Stevie Wonder. Right? Otherwise, I ain't going there because it costs the state money. And the reason why I mentioned that, I want you to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, is because we have seen in recent times, the DPP office has dropped the ball. We have seen people matter been dismissed based on lack of evidence and things like that. So then how it reach in the court in the first place? Look at the Vicky Boudram thing. You charge a woman with 106 charges and then fail to produce evidence on 106 charges? Morning.
Stefan.
What's up?
Stefan,
Talk
you
to
know
us.
the conviction rate in this country by chance?
The conviction rate? I could inquire about that. Yeah.
Stefan, I feel the conviction rate in this country must be about 2%.
But
let
it
me tell you
depends-
something, Stefan. You see that David?
But
You
call
see
it-
this David Lee case?
Yeah.
Politics at play right now. You notice John Jeremy quiet? You notice John Jeremy quiet?
Yeah,
He
John
coming
Jeremy has had
after
nothing
them
to
on the
say on
next
this matter
side
since
just
it
now.
pop up, yeah.
So they could show that look, we went after we own. But he coming after them. You notice he quiet, just watch politics at play here, Stefan. Look on and listening.
All right, no problem. On the conviction rate, it would depend on what type of crime you're talking. If you're talking white-collar crime, the conviction rate would be very, very low. If you're talking other types of crime, violent crime, things like that, it could be reasonable. But white-collar crime, I don't think we have a good conviction rate at all. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yes, I.
How are you going? Now, just to go back on the chief magistrate that had ruled in this matter in the first place, Christine Jazz. I personally, as a involved in our company, she is one of the magistrates that do license for the shops and things. And that woman is meticulous, Stefan. She do miss. If you understand what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
And she's one of them judges that will be labeled as difficult, more magistrates labeled as difficult to deal with, because she's so particular in what is presented to her. She scrutinizes everything, cross your T's, dot your I's, everything. So, of my personal experience dealing with her through the system.
You're talking about your personal experience with the acting chief magistrate in handling matters relating to the company that you work for. Go ahead.
Yes, because she handles licenses also for businesses who want to open betting shops and so forth and stuff like that. And just dealing with that woman on just that matter alone, and if she dismissed that case, chances are it was what it was. She's a straight shooter, if you want to put it that way.
Okay.
If you understand what I'm saying there.
Okay.
So if it didn't have evidence then, trust me, they have evidence now. Especially if there's no new evidence. Hence the reason the charge is misbehavior in public office. But if you throw out, if in my common sense, I thinking the same way you're thinking. If you dismiss fraud charges, if they can't answer for fraud, how is there misbehavior in public office if there's no fraud? If you understand what I'm saying. I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Just thinking, you know what I mean? My common sense might be the same as everybody else's or yours, but it's not seeming logical to me.
Right.
Because if there's no fraud, how there's misbehavior?
How is there misbehavior if the fraud? This is what I'm saying. If the fraud matter came before the court, and she holds the position, or she held the position at the time as acting chief magistrate, right?
Yeah.
So this is no judge and this is the acting chief magistrate that reviewed the evidence. And the acting chief magistrate says no case to answer to on the fraud matter. Then how do you come back now and say misbehavior in public office? On the same issue. I'm very confused.
But and
But
she has
no.
since retired, so
She retired now?
So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, she retired recently, yes.
All right,
So,
well, cool.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see as time go by. Have a good one, Stefan.
All right, no problem. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
A very, very good morning to you, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, man. What's up?
So from time to time, I just like to lighten up the thing, right?
Yeah.
But all I am hearing this morning, I have a funny feeling that something wrong. All the best.
Something wrong? Caller. Oh God, I love all this. I can't love all it. I really, really can't love all it. Let me take this one here. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, my dear. Go ahead.
Morning, Stefan. Welcome to the mad world. PNM, UNC, same thing, okay? But I call you to ask you to help me with two serious problems I'm having. Going in 5 months now, I live on building 2A in Orokun Gardens. We have no current on the corridors. I made umpteen reports. 25th of July, electrician came. He told me he see the problem, but I have to order the part. That is since in the July month, right? We're in October now. That is one problem. I am diabetic. I don't go downstairs in the night because I'm afraid of fall. That is one. Tech came and put some lights in the back street, which we are grateful for. But it have a lot of trees that is blocking the light. That is coming into the back of the building where the people park the cars. I don't know who to call, who to ask, like to come and trim the trees. Trim the trees to the back. Please. It is dangerous.
And
Please.
This is HEC houses?
Yes.
This is Orokun
yes,
Gardens, right? This is the HEC?
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying that, is it
Yes.
the building with apartment 2A, you're saying?
Yes.
No
we
lights?
have no lights on that building. Not in the apartment, on the corridors, where you have to come upstairs to go into your apartment.
Right.
We have no lights. We make umpteen reports. Finally, after about 3 months, a electrician came. He say he see the problem, but they have to order the part. That is since in July. I don't know where the part coming from, if it coming from Australia or if it coming from India. I don't know. And then these trees here to the back, dangerous.
All right, no problem.
Dangerous. Please, I beg you, please. And I'll see you in the party.
All right, no problem. Cool. I will see.
Thank you. Have a blessed weekend.
All right, same to you. Well, I want tomorrow. She said weekend like it's Friday. All right, well, no problem. But I will inquire about that. I think that sounds like a maintenance issue. And I would imagine that what you're saying for the longest while, no lights in the corridor. You see, this is the problem I've been having, You see, this is why I keep telling all you, our budget, an election should be close to our budget, to the budget date. So that when you win an election, you don't have to wait 5 months before you come to read our budget, to present our budget in Parliament, right? Or you're not operating off of the budget of the previous administration. You think where I'm coming from? So, had the election been closer to September, October, you would have gotten, you're getting to office, you appoint who you have to appoint, you then start working on the budget, you have a couple of weeks to work on that, you bring it to the Parliament, you present it, and you get the ball rolling. So that's something like maintenance issues, the trees to the back, the electrical problem, and it just appears that, to me, I think that after the budget, all these things will be repaired, but I don't think that people should have to wait on that. I think that from the time you get into office and you are elected, the work starts. And you have to make the funds available to get things done wherever it has to be done. But I will send in a message to HEC, and I will see if they could get somebody there, at least for the corridors. I think the trees to the back, that is a maintenance thing. They got to bring people to cut those trees and whatever the case. I mean, what's going on CPEP. But I don't know if CPEP does handle that too for HEC or if it's private contractors. But I would imagine that all these contracts and things have been suspended until the budget is laid in Parliament and passed. And then monies are allocated to different ministries and so on and so forth. And having done that, work will commence. But like I say, citizens should not wait on that, if you understand where I'm coming from. That should be, I'll take this final call here because I've done gone over 7 o'clock and we have Elder and Associate coming up. Morning. But I'll see what I can do with the maintenance. That's our maintenance issue. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
What going on, brother? Talk to us.
The case, well, the chief magistrate, as you all said, dismissed or acquit, he acquit the victims or the person that was charged.
She dismissed the matter, saying there is no case to answer to.
Right. We dismissed this matter, there is no case, but she could dismiss without prejudice. And if that was mentioned when she dismissed the case, then the DPP will have the option to refile without any new evidence.
Well, it's an indictable offense, so he have the option anyhow, from what I understand.
Right. So the DPP have that, what I should say, power.
The DPP has the power to do so, yes.
But as everybody else recognizing, if you don't have anything added, then the state will have to pay when these people come back and sue the state.
Yeah, I think that's why they're in the hospital, so they could say we was traumatized, we were this thing, it get we sick with the hospital, I don't get a bed. All of that will be accounted for, you know, in terms of compensation, you know.
And also, as we all know, the papers have an editor where they don't tell you everything. So we don't know if they leave out anything.
Well, we don't know. I only going from what I read.
From what we read. Yeah. And then the papers, as I say, is very misleading.
Well,
they don't ever always print exactly what is said or all that was said.
But remember the other day I said, we only get to read what they want us to read.
That's correct. And here we are now forming our own opinions and jumping the gun. We just had to wait and see how this thing play out.
Yeah, we gotta wait and see.
And hope the DPP have new evidence that it wouldn't cost the state extra money, because it don't causing the state extra money.
Exactly.
Because you had to pay lawyer and all this kind of thing. And if these fellas win the case, I sure they're going to let the state pay their lawyer fee too.
Of course.
So all how you look at it is extra money you have to pay out. So let me hope the DPP really know what he's doing, because we condemn the judiciary, and I the same judiciary that dismissed the charges. But now they refile, now we condemn the judiciary. So we're talking on both sides of our mouth. 1 minute we like the judiciary, next minute we don't like the judiciary.
Well, that's a matter of confirmation bias. It's whichever way the confirmation bias goes. That's what people formulate.
We just had a hope the DPP know what he's doing, and it don't cost the state excess money. Have a nice day.
All right, my brother, no problem. All right, with that, I gotta go to the break. We have our guest coming up via Zoom. Let me just get the information here, information. Her name is Gatri Sipasad. She represents Elder and Associates, and we've had them on the program from time to time. Now, tomorrow, October the 10th, is World Mental Health Day, and we're going to be talking about mental health in the workplace when we return with her. Pay attention, because it will cover things like mental health care responders and their roles. I did not even know we had that. That exists as you know. Culturally sensitive practices and psychological first aid. So we're going to be dealing about all of that. That has to do with things that happen in the workplace. So make sure and keep it locked for that. On the issue with David Lee, yeah, it's a wait and see. But let me tell you, remember yesterday I was reading the article, and they say when they went for Leong Poi, he collapsed and he ended up in the hospital. I said, but that's a bit dramatic. You understand what I'm saying? So now when I hear neither man appear before the court for the bail charge because both of them in hospital, I said, I remember telling you that's a bit traumatic. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think matters like that affect you in that way. I mean, David Lee surrendered to the police. He surrendered to them at the police administration building, if I'm not mistaken. That's what the article, that's what the news said, right? So, you know, and then they end up in the hospital. So I would imagine if this matter is not won by the DPP and they win this matter again and they are acquitted, they're going to turn around and sue the state, and part of that compensation will have to do that this thing traumatizes them to the point that they end up in the hospital. Yeah? I mean, I tell you, Trinidad and Tobago, boy. Trinidad, sweet. I like it. Hey, Lord have mercy. So I tell you what, before we go to the break though, I do want to tell you about Eden Heights. So Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments. This includes prolozone therapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, and more. They also offer consultation services in live blood analysis, diabetes, child counseling, supplements, arthritis, sport injuries, high blood pressure, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. You can visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trinity, Chaguanas, or Tobago. You could also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. And you can WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. Make sure to check them out today. That is Eden Heights. With that, we take a break. When we come back from the break, we will be joined by Ms. Gatri Sipasad, and we're going to deal with mental health care in emergencies. All right, and especially, I did not even know we have mental health care in emergencies, but we have that. I'll learn a little bit this morning. All right, stay tuned for that. That's coming up after this.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam, 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Mayor Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we sort that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no charge.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning. We're just about 14 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. We're preparing to be joined by Ms. Gayatri Sipasad. And Ms. Sipasad is a trauma counselor with Elder and Associates Limited. It's a firm that we've been working, I've been having on the program to talk on specific issues, especially when certain days come up, like tomorrow being Mental Health, World Mental Health Day. Mental health is something that, we sometimes misunderstand because a lot of people think that when they hear the term mental health, well, you have some mental health issues, it means that you had to go to St. Anne's or you should be, you should be in the madhouse kind of thing now. But it's not necessarily it's not necessarily like that. There are people that struggle with a lot of mental health issues. I myself struggle with a few still, sometimes you lose people in life, like how I lose my father, and you go through little mental health stages of depression and things like that. I've gone through that, probably still going through it from time to time. Many people do. Sometimes you think, well, that's normal, but I guess it's based on the extent of how it affects your lifestyle and that kind of thing, So there are other things that people, go through. Mental health issues with financial, emotional, a lot of different reasons. So for the next 15 minutes, we're going to be joined by trauma counselor Gayatri Sipasad. Is she there? All right, we have her here via Zoom. All right, so good morning, Gayatri. How are you?
Good morning, Safwan. I'm fine, thank you.
All right, nice.
Thank you
Guys,
for
give
having
a
me.
little volume. That's a little thing now. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to be talking about tomorrow's World Mental Health Day, from what I understand, the 10th of October. That would have also been, I think, my grandmother's birthday, yes, my deceased grandmother's birthday, Marjorie Raghunath. But nevertheless, now we are going to be talking about some mental health care mental health care in terms of emergencies. Now, you know, when I was thinking about it, I said, well, you know, I did not know that, you know, we have that type of emergency care. I mean, how wide is that type of care? Like throughout Trinidad and Tobago?
Oh, it is very, very, very wide, and it has been ongoing for a while now. You know, as you and many of us are familiar that, you know, within our region, within the Caribbean region, so and more so even in Trinidad, there are stigma that are attached to getting help. You know, especially when you hear the term mental health, people automatically, nah, I ain't mad, you know, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But this is such a wide topic that you know, it starts from the very beginning of any situation, right? Any crisis. And when we think about the pandemic, for example,
yes,
we think about, you know, we were faced with a lot of negatives. But one thing that came out during that pandemic was the appreciation for mental care, mental health care, you know, and it has bring that level of awareness. And because of that, it has been rapidly moving now, you know, more, right? Certain populations, for example, men, the younger adults, and you know, all of that, sometimes we find that they're a bit more reserved. Persons who are not informed properly tend to always be, you know, reluctant to get that assistance. So mental health, right? What is really mental health? It's basically refers to an individual emotional, psychological, and social well-being, right? And it affects how you think, you feel, you behave, that sort of thing. These choices we make and all of that.
Right.
Right? Mental health care, right? This is something that is ongoing, right? It incorporates different levels of services and support that can be managed and provided so that you improve your mental, emotional, and psychological well-being, right? In crisis, we are faced with we are often bombarded by a lot of emotional, a lot of feelings, you know, that will crop up. We have anxiety, we have fear, we have despair, confusion, right?
Right.
In many situations that may happen. And it is important that service providers, when on the scene, whether it is a natural disaster or something violent, you know, we face it every day, right? We see it every day for some persons.
Well, I mean, you have it's not to cut you, but you have things like, okay, so like in the rainy season, you have people whose homes get flooded out. They have to recover. They go through their mental health issues in terms of the frustration with having to deal with that, and the financial, the financial frustration, because some people may not be able to afford. You have people who living on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes they don't have finances to send the children to school. That will weigh heavily on a parent's mind as well. But you also have situations like home invasions and the trauma that comes with that, and the mental health issues that develop from that. Sometimes people are often scarred for life, and they carry it with them through life.
Definitely.
And as I mentioned a little while ago, you have death within your family or your close friend, things like that. That affects you mentally as well. And I think you summed it up. Mental health issues are really connected to emotions. It's
definitely, yes.
It's based on your emotion.
And how we regulate that, right?
Correct, and how we regulate that. Now the responders and their roles. All right, there are mental health care responders, and apparently they have some rules. But this is in the workplace. Are there mental health responders in the workplace? Like, do companies have to have somebody to handle that?
Yes, yes, definitely. So many organizations, they seek the professional interventions. Say when persons in an organization might face loss, the death of a colleague, right? Or that's just to begin. Sometimes they have different things that will happen, and organization have these providers that either come to the organization or persons can feel free to go and access them, you know, so that they get that help when needed. So in helping us, the individual move forward and dealing positively or as close to normal with the situation they're faced with.
Right, yeah, but are there like hotlines for people seeking this type of care as well? Because one of the reasons why I didn't know it existed, because you mentioned it, you mentioned that most people, they don't really reach out for help because they don't want to be deemed insane, which is totally different from mental health issues. So there's a separation there that needs to be established in terms of somebody with mental health issues versus somebody who, well, for lack of a better term, mad.
Yes, yes. Mental illness is what, you know, like if you are suffering from anxiety, chronic anxiety, if you have bipolar, you know, but that's a different thing altogether. We don't want to sway too much on that side. So that is mental illness. Mental health is how you are able to, you know, have yourself within that particular mind frame, your emotional, psychological, and social well-being, right? That helps you to cope with the challenges, with the up and down. As you say, when you're faced with certain situation, you're able to cope better when your mental health is being taken care of, just as your physical health, where you would eat properly, you'll exercise and all of that. There are things that are put in place by organization, by the individual as well, and for us to make sure that we are able to cope when we are faced with tragedy situation that might be overwhelming, you know. So definitely.
Go
ahead.
Now there are many different symptoms, I guess, if you could call it that. I think eating habits, changes in eating habits is one of them. Sometimes it does not feel to eat, or sometimes you eat excessively, depending on right? You also have, does paranoia, hallucinations, things like that fall into?
Yes. And that when stuff like that happen, as a responder, there are certain professionals and we have guidelines that we refer. So there are things that you will see happening, and as you say, the symptoms will show. And when this happens, we recommend that persons who may not be professionally equipped at that time or for that particular challenge or situation, refer the individual to those professionals who would know how to effectively manage that individual and their needs at that time.
And like in terms of that sort of treatment, I guess we would have to call it. Is treatment the right term? I want to make sure the term right, you know, because, you know, I want people.
Yeah, we can work with that. Yeah.
All right. So in terms of mental health treatment, okay, and services that you would provide as a trauma counselor, right? I mean, the onus is on the individual, based on their recovery rate, right, or their recovery speed. You recover as fast as your self will allow you to, right?
Correct.
And of course, you all will play a part in that. There is this thing where is this something where, you know, in terms of the role of a mental health responder, is that it's just somebody that sits and listens to the person, or gets the person to come out and say certain things and get it off the chest, or you know, what takes place in sessions like that then?
All right. So that is more what you rightly termed you rightly phrased that terming by saying sessions, right?
Right.
And that can be ongoing for a while when persons are dealing with trauma, right? When persons, for mental health care in emergency, it is a different pathway we start with, right?
Okay.
So when crisis, disaster, violent experiences, house burning down, as you say, the daily impacts that sometimes most persons might face, especially with the pandemic, you know, coming out of that, because the impacts now is what really requires the individual to go for these sessions, because they're trying to find ways to cope, right? There are both positive and negative coping mechanisms that individual uses, right? What we as service providers, healthcare service providers, mental health care providers, what we focus on is more giving that holistic, positive outlook service where positive coping mechanisms are put in place, right?
Okay.
So a person might say, listen, I just need to get some drink, and you find this person, you know, over a period of time, when they use alcohol, it's a coping mechanism,
Right.
but it adds other negative behaviors and outcomes, right? As opposed to seeing a professional who might say, listen, channel that need or what you might require at this particular time into something else, right? Maybe journal, write down how you're feeling, see a counselor, talk about it, you know.
Does that help in true writing? Because I remember last time, oh gosh, one of the representatives of Elder and Associates was here, and I told her, I said, you know, I'm very open with my audience, and I told her, I said, Gail, I feel like, you know, I'm still in a little state of depression. We lost my father, and she said, write your father a letter.
Ah, nice.
But that
nice.
works. I haven't done it yet, because I haven't brought myself to the point where I've picked up the pen and the paper to actually write the letter. But that I mean, this is something that is effective.
It is. So, as you rightly said, tracking back a bit just now, when you said that's up to the individual, it is not something that you can rush or you can force on an individual.
Right.
All right? That person has to come to that place, even to come to see a professional. You can make suggestions. You can give them all the assistance that they would need. They could even come into your office and sit down.
Yeah.
But once that person is not in that frame of acceptance or ready, that wouldn't happen.
It would not.
So what you have just described with your own experience and shared, that is something normal, right? And this is one of the things in counseling. We want to normalize certain behavior. So people don't say, oh gosh, look, as you just rightly point out, I didn't do it yet.
Yeah.
And that is normal, right? Because you have to work through those emotions and put yourself at that state of readiness to move forward before that can be accomplished, right? What journaling does, when you write your letter, you get a visual. It's not only kept in your head, right? Because you know what you want to say, you would say it, but it gives you a visual. When you're able to see it, you're able to look at it and put a different perspective on seeing the words. Hey, this is how I, Stefan, feels you know, and you find yourself writing more than you think. It happens even with talk therapy when persons come, or I go to do sessions. Most of the times when we go to organizations and we're doing that level, say there's a loss in the organization, persons have repeatedly said, I don't want to say nothing, you know, right? But when they hear other persons start to speak, it gives them that perspective. I am not in this alone to begin with, right? So, and then they start to add their piece. They understand how they are feeling. And as service providers, we acknowledge that and we let them know that it is okay. It's a normal process that this action is happening to you.
Yeah.
So when you're good and ready, you'll write that letter.
Right.
You'll see it.
Because people, I imagine in this whole process, people just need to get it out.
Yes.
These things happen when you keep it in.
And they grow, right?
Well, and I would imagine once you get it out, you feel lighter. You feel, you know, it's like you get things off your chest, off your mind.
Exactly.
And once
yes.
you get it,
so
all right. So writing is one way to do so. But before we run out of time, because we're almost there, there is a term here, psychological first aid. You want to explain that to me?
Sure, quickly.
Sure.
So that is in providing now in emergencies, when you go as a mental health care provider, you're not going there to counsel nobody. What you're going there is to stabilize an individual who has had a flood of emotions and different things happening, thoughts, everything combining. Just as you would have an individual in an accident with a broken hand or a broken wrist, leg, and you would put something to aid that the bleeding, or you know, that kind of thing. Psychological first aid is something that has been it was endorsed by the World Health Organization, right?
Okay.
And it is an evidence-based and a supportive approach designed to help persons in the immediate aftermath of a crisis, right? So the principle is to look.
Oh God, we freeze there? Oh gosh. I was not getting into that psychological first aid, you know. Fellas, what happened there? Internet? On there one? Okay. Just on Gayatri. I'm not too sure if she could hear me, but we'll see if we just get it rectified before we wrap things up with Ms. C. Prasad. We did get a little freeze there. Right, we got you. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
you
Sorry
were
about
talking
that.
about
Right.
psychological first aid would be...
Psychological first aid.
Yeah.
Right. So the three core principles would be look, listen, and link. All right. So quickly to look. When a provider reaches on the scene, right, and the individual or the victim is there, you want to look. You want to be able to see that that person is not in any pending danger, not only for the victim but for you as the responder as well, right? So you look, make sure everything is okay. Sometime at this time, it gives you a chance to assess the individual, see what emotions you're seeing, whether they're crying, whether they shaken up, they're in disbelief, right? The second step, if they're in any danger, you move them away to a safer place, but you always communicate. You let them know what is happening, right? You introduce yourself, and you ask permission. Always ask permission to interact with them, right? Because persons don't want to feel that anybody coming towards them, because remember, they're already disoriented, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, you look. You listen, sorry. And with this, you don't do the talking. You let the person do the talking. This is not about to ask the individual, hey, tell me what happened, right? This is not the time for that. You listen to what is happening in the presence with the victim, right? So for example, when they talk and they say, I don't know how this happened or this can't be real, you let them talk and express how they're feeling. And you normalize those reactions by saying stuff like, you know what, it sounds, I understand what you're going through, or, and I am here to just give you the support. You know, you're not giving them any false hope, but you're listening to what they're saying. And you don't only listen with your ear, you listen with your eyes. You look at how they're breathing. You look at how their eye movements are, their body structure, how they're sitting, right? What they're doing with their hands. So you don't only listen to the words, but the unspoken words as well. Right? And the second part is where you link. If the persons might require you to have, they may require medical attention for physical needs, you get that for them, right? All the time, you're making sure that it is in accordance with their the cultural aspect, because, you know, Trinidad and Tobago, we have, you know, a variety, right? And it is important that we provide a service and incorporate that sensitivity, that culturally sensitive part of us, all right? When dealing with individuals. So basically, you provide information that is accurate.
All right.
Right? So if somebody says, I need to do this, or where go you, in your best knowledge, you provide information that is true and that is accurate for the individual need. Right?
Okay.
So you're not going to send somebody who needs X, Y, and Z by somebody who providing A and B.
Right.
You understand? Right. So that basically is what psychological first aid is all about.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Gayatri, we're out of time, but we went a little longer than but nevertheless, was interesting. Tomorrow is World Mental Health Day, people. And of course, we want to thank Elder and Associates for joining us and give us some information in terms of psychological first aid and, you know, just different aspects of mental health and how to approach it. We know that everybody going through their own individual struggle in some way or the other. And, you know, they're perfect to contact. They do assist, you know, so give them a call if you feel to. Do not be afraid. You know, that's what they're there for. They're there to help you. All right, so thanks a lot, Gayatri, and until we see each other again.
You're welcome, Stefan. Thanks for having me. Have a good one.
All right, you too. No problem. All right, so that's Elder and Associates, Gayatri Sipasad, Ms. Gayatri Sipasad, who is a trauma counselor. And, you know, we go through a lot of things in life that I think we underestimate the trauma that it causes and the mental health situations that we end up in because we're so busy when the day comes. But it's in those quiet spaces when it's just you and the four walls alone that sometimes you go through your trauma. Just last week, good brethren, Maurice Jackman, DJ Maggie, lost his son to accident. He gonna be going through his mental state, he and his family. You know what I mean? And other people as well. You know, people, they read it every day in the papers. There are people struggling. And sometimes you see them out and, you know, sometimes you see people or you deal with people on a daily basis and you never know what they're going through. You understand? Because nobody likes to talk their business just like that. Nobody really come out and say, boy, you know. And then even if they do, you got to be willing to listen. Somebody got to be willing to listen. You know what I mean? Because everybody has a story to tell. Whether it's good, it's bad, it's sad, it's ugly, wherever it is. Everybody has a story to tell. And some people, you know, when they have nobody to talk to and they lose hope. And when you lose hope, well, so, I mean, I don't even want to mention what the road that you could go down there. But, you know, you always got to keep your faith. Most importantly, keep faith in God. And I think everything works itself out after that. You get peace. And once you get that peace, I think, you know, all of that is part of you know, mental health treatment or, you know, ways to deal with mental health issues. But we're 19 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. We have Dr. Watson coming up next. As we prepare to do so, I want to remind you about Set while you're aboard. So Set has the Holistic Health Clinic. It's powered by nutritional therapy, and it's very simple. Don't manage that disease when you have the opportunity to reverse it naturally. And they specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, digestive disorders, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and more. And it is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You could call or WhatsApp 2793935 or 7611952. Book your appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out. Also, Chef Shiraz has the courses going on, only 2 left. November the 15th is going to be the certificate in culinary arts, and then of course the diploma in culinary arts on a date to be announced. I'm sure Chef is going to offload that date very soon, now that he's back from Canada. All right, and you can contact Chef on 372-4639 or 737-5097 if you have an interest in pursuing a career in culinary arts. And finally, I want to remind you guys of the Breaking Dawn Christmas party, Saturday, December the 13th. We on, all right? And you could get your tickets. Tickets are out right now for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. They're available at all sports and games outlets, all right? At the end of this month of October, we will have an entire month of November, and then we have 2 weeks or a little, around 2 weeks in December. But by the tickets that I've put at the sports and games outlets, I want them to be calling me and saying, Stefan, we have no more tickets by the end of this month here. All right, so that I'll replenish. Okay? But we're looking for your full support, people, on December the 13th. We do hope that you, the viewership, the fans of Breaking Dawn, come out and enjoy yourself. This is the end of year Bram that we have in for the viewers. I do advertise this to anybody else, anywhere else. You will not hear about this on radio. You won't hear about it because we do advertise for the wider audience or the wider population. This is just, we have the #1 morning program in Trinidad and Tobago. We have the largest market share, which is, I would imagine, in the hundreds of thousands of people. And we say, you know what, for all of these people supporting me, have a little Christmas party. As it gets bigger through the years, we'll have to get a bigger venue and enhance it a little more. But this is a place and a space that is safe, that you could come to and you could meet people. All right, you could, like the last caller who called in this morning, he was in the Christmas party last year. I got to meet him for the first time. I ended up bouncing him up on Tragrit Road by Blazers. A night he was liming there. I think it was a night or afternoon he was liming there, and I bounced him up there as well. So, I mean, you get to know people, meet people. So sometimes when you hear a man calling or a woman calling and you disagree with what they say, you know who that is. So then when you feel more comfortable picking up the phone and saying, look, I don't agree with what so-and-so say, Think. And, you know, it's all better for the debate and the conversation and everything when you have an understanding for the people that watch the program and the people that commented and the people that calling in and things like that, right? So we have a better understanding of each other. It's all about building the community that is Breaking Dawn and the family that is Breaking Dawn, because that's how I look at it, you know what I mean? I don't turn in my bed to wake up and come out here at 6 a.m. every morning for the last 11, going in 12 years now next year, because I don't consider the viewers and the fan base, right? So we have a lot of promotions on the night, so get your tickets. It is a premium drinks inclusive. You can get your tickets, like I said, all sports and games. That's nationwide. We're talking Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, Long Circular Mall, West Mall, Tuna Puna, Grand Bazaar, and Price Plaza. It didn't have no part of the country that you can't get a ticket. Also, Rajba in St. Augustine, through my boy Jason, who's part of my committee. They have tickets there as well. And if you prefer the online option, just go online at trinbagoevents.com and you will get your tickets there as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday, the 13th of December, the Garden Sanctuary Center of Excellence. I can't wait, and we will start to offload all of the entertainment. You'll get an idea of who is on the cast for December the 13th. But for now, we take a break. When we come back, Dr. Watson is up next. Stay tuned.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Altars Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their two locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Maynard Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, people, so we're back and we got Dr. Watson with us. Dr. Watson's going to be talking about breast cancer awareness. So, ladies, pay attention. She's with us via Zoom. We're going to bring her in right now. Ah, nice. Doc, what's up? Morning to you.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yes.
How are you today?
Huh?
How are you today?
No, I'm fine.
Good. So, you see, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So therefore, I am pink, the pinkest blush and the pinkest earrings you could ever see, to make sure that people are aware that this is the month where they should be taking the opportunity of going for their mammograms and their ultrasounds at a reduced rate in most private hospitals. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to start off with, because you all spoke about mental health, I said, let me incorporate a case before I go into the whole Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk about a case of two people, a mother and a daughter. A daughter was diagnosed with breast cancer at a very young age, in her 30s. And it was a very aggressive cancer. She tried to take chemotherapy. The chemotherapy was making her feel worse. She stopped it. And then within 2 years, in 2020, she actually passed away. In less than a year of her passing, her mother was then diagnosed with breast cancer. And her breast cancer as well was extremely aggressive. And she, despite chemotherapy and radiation, she passed away at least at home, because of course I was seeing her at home. And she passed away in the comfort of her home about a year later.
Wow.
Isn't me bringing in mental health there is because the husband, who just lost his daughter and his wife, started to drink very heavily. And a few years after that, let's say in 2022, 2023, he came to me in the late part of the year. And he was drinking excessively and he was very depressed, as you would understand, because he's not just dealing with his, and if you met those people, they were the most kind, most gentle, most wonderful people that I've ever met. And so he's grieving the loss of his daughter. He's grieving the loss of his wife. He is drinking a lot. He's severely depressed. And he kept coming by me saying he's not well. And through just doing basic investigations, we found a mass in his liver. And from there, I told him, you need to get an urgent CT scan. And eventually he ended up in hospital because he was so ill. And it turned out he had metastatic colon cancer, and he passed away within the 4 months. Within
Wow.
4 months, of knowing the diagnosis. So their remaining is a daughter and a son, and I can't imagine what they are going through now, trying to process the death of not just one, not just two, but three important people in their life. So this brings us to Breast Cancer Awareness Month, where women should not only be doing breast examinations at home, Stefan. If you don't know how to do it, there is YouTube, there's TikTok, there are so many search engines that show you how to do your breast examinations. And it's just not just women, but 1% of breast cancer is also from men. So 1% of the population that gets breast cancer are also men. So men, every now and again, just feel around, especially if you have a family history of breast cancer. It is rare, but I have met someone already that is a cancer survivor, male. So when should you start doing your breast examinations? Get used to your breasts when you're in your 20s and start doing the examinations, but understand that that is not the diagnostic tool. When you are using your fingers, you miss 20 to 30% of breast lumps. So don't come and tell me, oh yeah, I just feel my breast all the time and nothing wrong with it. It's very good to know your breast because everybody's breast has lumps and different bumps. That's normal for them.
Right.
So it's good that you know. So if you feel something different, you know to go to see a doctor. But still, 20 to 30% of lumps are not palpable with your fingers. Now, this is where I come in as to when should you start screening. Well, right now, the youngest patient that I know in Trinidad and Tobago is 17 years old that was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the youngest death and patient that I ever had was 21. But she also had a breast cancer history. Her mother had breast cancer. And why I'm trying to push on this is that younger women, not only doing your usual breast examinations, but think about doing ultrasounds of your breast so that we can actually detect it, if possible, early, especially if you have a family history. If you have a very strong family history, Stefan, I recommend doing the breast ultrasound and mammogram from the age of 35.
Okay.
If it is extremely strong family history and you can afford doing genetic testing, there is genetic testing available in Trinidad and Tobago, but it's expensive. It's like $800 US to do the BRCA1 and the BRCA2 genes. Just like, I know you probably, everybody's know the Angelique Jolie case where she went and she looked and she did her genetic testing and was positive, and then she decided to take both breasts off. Now, that is an option for people that have extreme strong family history and they find that they have this gene. A lot of times we just tell them, let's do continuous surveillance every single year and from a younger age, or they have the option of deciding if they want to remove breasts and be all like Angelina Jolie. All right. The other thing that I want to get clear is that a lot of women, when I ask them, have you ever done a mammogram? And you should be doing your mammograms with breast ultrasound correlation, because I am OCD, so I want both done. Because sometimes breast, the tissue is so dense that you need the two tests to make sure you see everything. Okay? So what I'm trying to drive through as well is women will tell me, oh my God, that is so uncomfortable. It's so painful. But have you ever seen someone die of breast cancer? It is not a nice death. It spreads to the bone, sometimes to the brain. You end up with severe pain. You end up with fungating lesions on the breast. You end up with spread to bone. It is not a nice thing. So 2 seconds of your life going to do a mammogram where you actually have to put your breast in a device and the device kind of closes down on it and take proper pictures. That is nothing in comparison to what you will face if you are not diagnosed. And because breast cancer is the most common cancer in the world, a lot of people don't even have a family history of breast cancer that develop breast cancer. So please, ladies, take advantage of the month of October and go and do your breast ultrasound with the mammogram correlation. And I am from San Fernando, so I look around to see what deals you could get. And South Cancer Society, that's right where Naparima Bowl is, they are doing both for $500 flat. You ain't getting that kind of price anyway. You're getting it. You can do it in other public institutions, right? Like Cancer Society. But the South Cancer Society, that building is a private building and they do it with the digital mammogram. So let's describe that. The long time mammogram used to be these iron clamps that used to really crush down. The digital is similar in terms of having to put your breast in a device and have the plates come down, but they are plastic plates and it's really just like a second or two. It's down and then it's released. And I've done mine this year and I felt absolutely no discomfort. So that's what I'm trying to tell ladies. You don't tell me that, oh God, that thing's so painful, this and that and the other. That is in no way in comparison to getting a diagnosis of breast cancer and actually facing breast cancer at a late stage. It is best to detect early. There are so many treatments out there that are successful. I have many women that are in remission for over 10 years. And if you are diagnosed with breast cancer, we do surveillance on you with monitoring to make sure there's no spread, etc. We do that for a 10-year window. All right. So ladies, the digital mammogram is out there. Maybe if you want to do it privately, call up whichever hospital you're going to, ask them if they have a digital mammogram. But note that the institution right here by Naprimable, for those who are watching from San Fernando, they are doing it at $500 for both. So that means they're doing it for $250 each. And that's actually a really, really, really good price. So take advantage of the month of October. All right. So Stefan, you have any questions for me?
Yeah, just real quickly here. It goes further than just a lump, right?
Yes, you can have different. Okay, so
Because most women feel for a lump.
They feel for a lump.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can look for other things. So what I tell women is that you need to put your hands on your hips and look at yourself in the mirror from the front and from the side. And if you see any redness, any puckering, like you find the skin pulling in, if you find the skin on the breast looking like, when you squeeze a Portugal skin, and you see the holes, that's called pororage. If you see that on the breast, so you see a redness, a puckering, you see the pororage, which is the look of these big dimples on the breast. Any of those things, including discharge from the nipple, go and check your doctor, okay, to make sure that all is well.
And just finally here, what about the people who, we have to face this as a reality, right? There are just people in society that would rather not know.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, Stefan.
They would just say, look, I'd rather not know, yes, and then when the worst happens, it happens. And then there is no turning back. So, what do we say to those people who would rather not know or have a fear of going to a healthcare professional or a doctor or whatever the case might be, and having an examination? I'm one of them. I'm into the doctor. The last time I was to the doctor, see what's wrong with my finger. But really, truly, and going for a checkup and thing, I haven't done that.
You're nearly 50, so you'll be checking up on your prostate and things.
I didn't check that yet. And they say when you reach 40, you're supposed to do that. I didn't check that yet.
Licks. That way you need. Well, I'm telling you, Stefan, the only way I could bring this across to women is that, one, we have more advanced technology. It's not the big long-time squeeze breast clamp. Don't worry, it's a digital mammogram. I like to do it with breast ultrasound to make sure I don't miss anything. If you've ever seen someone go through the chemo, the radiation, the metastatic breast cancer, when it spreads everywhere, the death is not nice. It usually is very painful and uncomfortable. If it spreads to the brain, if it spreads to the bone, it's extremely difficult to get pain control. It's not a nice thing. And I can't see why 2 minutes of putting your breast in a device for 5 seconds. And if you want us to tell some women, take 2 Panadol before you go. So when they put your breast in the device, you don't feel nothing. So please take advantage of October. And if in case, just because it's October, don't mean you can't go and do it in November. But October usually has the time when you get a lot of deals to get these things done privately. You can still do it in the public system, but they don't have the digital mammogram. So if you want to get access to the digital mammogram, you need to probably go to private institutions, and please do it, because that is, if you catch it early, it is a cancer that has been so much studied, and because it's the #1 cancer in the world, that a lot of times we have a lot of women that go into remission beyond 10 years and have a very, very great quality of life. There is life after breast cancer if you detect it early.
All right. Well, Dr. Watson, thanks a lot for joining us this morning. Thanks for the information. And ladies, take the advice of the doc here. And of course, you could also follow her on social media. And you could give her a call on 319-8955 if you need further information. But breast cancer awareness month is here. and you need to go check it out and see. I mean, look, it have good news in the world, it have bad news, but not all bad news is that bad. So
Yeah.
there are, you know, I mean, once you catch it early, there are ways to deal with it, and
get it
you could be
right. So
advised.
go and get your mammograms and breast ultrasounds. If you're over 40, it's mammogram with breast ultrasound. If you're under 40, go and get your ultrasounds of your breast, especially if you have a strong family history of breast cancer. All right. So that's the take-home message.
All right, thanks a lot, Doc.
All right, take care.
No problem, yep. So that is Dr. Watson on the inside, and we got to take our final break. But ladies, take the option, go. This is the month, you're going to get it at there are plenty of little specials going on according to Doc. Make sure and go, check it out. And just make sure you're safe, man. Don't be afraid of the news. All right? We'll be back after this with the birthdays. We only have about 2. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the Break It Dawn Christmas party is here, people. Saturday, December the 13th, Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Get your tickets now. This is a premium drinks inclusive. You can get your tickets at the following outlets. All Sports and Games. Sports and Games in Grand Bazaar, Tunapuna, Trin City Mall, Price Plaza, Long Circular Mall, Gulf City Mall and West Mall. That's 7 locations. You can also get tickets at Raj Bar in St. Augustine, or you can get your tickets online. For those of you in Tobago, go online at trinbagoevents.com and purchase your tickets. Get your tickets early. We have live entertainment, like I said, premium drinks inclusive, food on sale, and it is Winter Wonderland this year, so the dress code is wear white. I will see you at the Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary on Saturday, 13th of December for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. And remember, part proceeds go to children with cerebral palsy.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet Rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it. Come on. The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner, or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for Profamnet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, so we're back. We're going to wrap things up for this morning. We want to thank you for your calls and your comments. I want to remind you about one thing, though. This coming weekend, it is on again at Cipriani College. Now, this is where I actually went to take it in, at Cipriani College. And I'm telling all you, this, never before have I seen a play run this long. Till it making a return. All over. If you did not get the opportunity to see it, you have this weekend to go and see it, people. All right, Saturday the 11th and Sunday the 12th of October. We'll get the flyer up here. Yeah. You don't leave foul to watch corn. It on again. I'm telling all you, if you have not seen this play, all you need to go and, if you didn't get the opportunity, the first 6 or 7 times that it was there, that it was in the theater, you have the opportunity. This wrongs again. Do not miss this opportunity. Make a lime, I guarantee you, it's going to be a real good lime. You're going to get a lot of laughs, all right? And you can go on lime after, if you want. Saturday 11th, 8:30 p.m. is showtime. And of course, on Sunday the 12th, showtime is 6:30 p.m. And I'm telling you, the box office is open at Cipriani College from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. You could get your tickets there. It is $250 general, $300 reserved. And the numbers are on the screen if you need more information. But I tell you what, it is the new scandalous comedy about love, betrayal, and best friends. You do not want to miss this. Don't let this play pass and you didn't go see it. All right? It continues. Big up RSRR Productions. All right? So with that, we got some birthdays. All right? So the first birthday, we only have 2. Happy 11th birthday going out to Aya. Oh, this was yesterday? Oh, so who we have? Just one? No, wait, hold on. Oh, this is Rayshon. I don't think we do Rayshon, you know. I don't think we did ratio on this one. Let me check something here. Yeah, but why it is when I'm going to start and not seeing what you start? Because I seen plenty birthdays. Oh, you now start them. Okay. All right. So we have Susie. Susie have a birthday greeting? No. I think we do that already. Already just now, we ready. I did some things yesterday with the email where I was sending out some emails and stuff now. Right? Right. So we have Sharon. You have Sharon? You start Sharon? I think that is it there. Let me go back and start. All right, good. So we have more than, okay, no problem. All right, you ready? All right, wishing this beautiful, sweet, loving, little, happy golden birthday. Just now. Wishing this beautiful, sweet, loving, little, a happy golden birthday. Okay, just now. All you need to, when you're sending these emails, all you have to get all the things together. All right, happy birthday going out to Araya, all right, or Aria, sorry. She's 9 years old today. This is coming from her mom, Amy, dad, Barry, sister, Kaylee, and her grandparents, aunties, and uncles. All right, so Aria, happy birthday to you. Happy 9th birthday. Lovely. We're going again. We would also like to send birthday greetings to grandfather, Papa Case. So Papa Case, happy birthday to you. He actually celebrating his birthday tomorrow. This is coming from his granddaughters, Ava and Guida. And he watches the show every morning. All right, so happy birthday going out to Papa Case, man. Also, I see. Could you please give a shout out to my partner, Jonathan, on his very special milestone birthday today? Wishing him all the best. We wake up to you on mornings. Keep up the great work. And Jonathan, birthday greetings going out to you, coming down from Sharon. All right, so Sharon sending out some birthday greetings there. Huh? That one, the nano picture. Right, yeah, this one is, okay. Okay, so we did that one yesterday. This is who? No, that is Rishon. Which one is that, right? Which one is that? Like Papa Case? The one under Papa Case. That is Jonathan? And a refresher. God, I look like Jonathan. We have some late entries popping in here. Okay, I don't see it. Okay. Right. Happy birthday going out to Trivial. Just wanted her to know how proud we are of her. We are grateful for all that she does for everyone, no matter how small or big the victories are. You always show up, continue to be kind and caring. I thank God for you all the time. Love you lots from your mom, dad, family, and friends. Have a great day, a blessed day. All right? And that is Trivial. And with that, now we get to, okay. Oh, we had some entries coming in really, boy. Wishing our dad, Laro, a happy 60th birthday. Thanking God for making him the best dad his family could ask for. We wish you all the best and many more to come. So, Laro, happy birthday to you, man. Then we have here now. We have a birthday greeting going out to Phyllis Ramratan, who will be celebrating her 70th birthday on Thursday, the 25th of September. We wanted to know that we love her and wish her good health and strength and all God's blessings. This is coming from her son, grandson, daughter-in-law, all her brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews, and we wanted to enjoy her day. So Phyllis, happy birthday, girl. Easy, Phyllis. All right. Where am I now? I think that was Phyllis just now, right? All right, good. I know where I am. Oh, there's more than I thought. It gained longer. We would like to wish Shamila Matura a happy birthday. Her birthday is the 9th of October. We want to thank her for all that she does for us, for always showing us unconditional love. She is quite literally the backbone of our family. We hope she enjoys her special day and that she sees many more to come. This is coming from her 3 children, her husband, and her 4 grandsons who love her very much. All right, so happy birthday going out to Shamila. We all these come out from, what the? Okay. Great morning to you, Stefan. Hope all is well. We would like to send birthday greetings to Mr. Gilbert Francis. Mr. Gilbert Francis of Trinity for his birthday on Sunday. Oh, he's celebrating his birthday on Sunday. Oh, Lord. All right, his birthday is Sunday, the 12th of October. It's coming from his family, brothers and sisters. So please send his greeting on Friday, the 10th. Okay, we'll see if we can get that back. But for the hour, he gave today, Mr. Gilbert Francis. All right. And here we go again. All right, I did Jonathan already. Jonathan didn't come in no picture. So we have, right, we just have the little boy. No, but look, we have Aya here. Aya is the 9th of October. Yeah, Aya, the one from Anthony. And then we have Rishon. Right. So we want to say happy 11th birthday going out to Aya Jade Christine Sunarine. With love from her mom, sister, and dad. You are the sunshine, the sparkle, and the greatest joy. We are so proud of the kind, brilliant young lady you're becoming. And they love you to the moon and back, man. All right, so happy 11th birthday going out to Aya. You have the picture there, right? Yes, from Sunarine. Anthony Sunarine. The email, just above the one from Kanisha. The second to last one. I'll go fix these emails, so right. We've been sending out the invite and the ad to all the people that send their birthday greetings. So you'll get an email with the flyer and the ad inviting Christmas party to come out and support. So like everything kind of double up there. Yeah. Nice one. You ain't seen Anthony? I know, but it's for the 9th. October the 9th, 11 years old. Yeah. As it here now, we get yesterday, but we get early yesterday at 7:35 a.m. We know we just say send it the day before, but send it after 8 a.m. Yeah, when you send it before, it will come up in the current emails for that day. Right, so this is Aya Jade Christine Sunarine. Happy birthday to you, celebrating 11 years. All right, nice man, Aya. Finally, we would like to send out birthday greetings to Rayshon Panchu. All right, he turns 2 years old today. And let me see, birthday greetings are coming from his mother Roxanne, his father Malcolm, his grandmother Christina, grandfather Joseph, Uncle Andy, and cousins Kanisha and Kimora and Auntie Anna. All right, so Rayshon, easy man. Nice man. And watch him now. Yeah. He flexing. Easy. All right, so that's it for the birthdays today. We got to wrap things up. Lord Father. All right, so until tomorrow, people, tomorrow is Friday. We have an ambassador to Grenada coming in. We'll hear more about that tomorrow, about the awards that will be taking place at Reality of a Dream. And we also have Amrika Mutru coming to release a new parang for 2025. So look out for that. Chef Shiraz will be here, and I'm very sure we're going to have something interesting to talk about, as we always do, because this is Trinidad and Tobago, the land of madness. We out for today.
Good morning. Welcome
to Breaking Dawn.